Well, it's Little Walleye wrap up a busy week as Matt Melzak joins us. And Matt, not only did they lose 3 out of the 4 games, they also lost a major part of the team. Tyler Spezia on the IR. He's going to miss at least a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, at least a couple of weeks. Did get placed on the 2-week IR, so he's going to be gone for at least that amount of time. We don't know officially what the extent of his injury will be, but certainly a guy where, yeah, you can put another body in, but you're really not. It's hard to replace a guy like Tyler Spezia at the time. I mean, going into that game, he was second in the league in scoring to Brandon Hawkins. So those team, the dynamic duo that they have been over the course of the year, will certainly he'll be missed over that little bit of time that he is gone, and hopefully it's less time than long time. Let's put it that way.
Certainly a busy week. We had 7 games in 10 days, but not only was it a lot of games, a lot of overtime games as well. So this is a Walleye team that they're off until Friday. They can use some time off to rest up some legs.
They certainly could, and in 3 of those games was against Iowa. By the way, 2 of them went to overtime. 1 of them went to a shootout in those 3 games, and ended up 5 of the 9 games played this season series went to overtime between the 2 teams. So yes, there has been a lot of hockey for the Toledo Walleye in the last number of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks here, because you go back to 9 out of 15. I mean, however you want to look at it, it's been quite a stretch for Toledo, playing a lot of hockey games. And I think this week could be good for a little bit, A, for rest, and B, to kind of reset a little bit, maybe get a little extra video in, a little bit extra work practice time-wise that sometimes gets lost when you have to play 4 games in 5 days. You can't sit here and run massive practices every day because you do got to get some off days in to rest. So this could be a really good week for the Walleye to reset before the home with Cincinnati.
Saturday overtime victory over Kalamazoo. Just 14 seconds into the OT. We got the game 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. We had the goals 14 seconds apart in the regulation, then the game winner 10 seconds in. Jalen Schmerich, first year in Toledo, he has lived up to the billing when they brought him in.
Yeah, you brought him in because you lose a guy like Riley McCourt, goes overseas. So you're missing that really heavy offensive defenseman from the back end. And Jalen Schmerich, obviously, was a point-per-game player last year for a Cincinnati team that was not very good. And yet he came through with a big year for them. And you see it, those flashes of why that guy has been so good. He's in the play a lot. You call his name a lot offensively. He's very creative, and it showcases itself on the ice a lot of times. There's sometimes where you'll go, man, he goes behind the net in the offensive zone. So, yes, he gets very aggressive. He fits in with what Toledo likes to do. They like to be very aggressive defensively, love to get into the play, and can use their speed and creativity from the defensive side.
Carson Bantle, 2 goals in 2 games for the Fish, and he's kind of found a home right there in front of the net, being a disruptor.
He's found a way. He's developing even more into that power forward that, Grand Rapids signed him. They thought he could be a power force for him. He's creating a lot of havoc by being in front of the cage, and that's an important part of the game. You've got to have that guy. He's got that big body. He's starting to be a little bit more physical, too, which is allowing him to create some more space. So sky's the limit for a guy like Carson Bantle. He can shoot it. He's starting to pick up a little bit more in the assist side of the category, too. So he's showcasing a good knack right in front of the net.
So Walleye, they're off until Friday. They're in Cincinnati Friday, then back at home on Saturday to take on the Cyclones. So home and home with Cincinnati. Of course, you can see that Saturday night home game live right here on BCSN. Matt, thank you once again.
Appreciate it, Mark.